Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Frugalista here, and I have a video, Instagram Picks My Makeup, which you saw by the title. I feel so redundant. Anywho, we like to play this game on social media where we use the little poll feature on Instagram and put, which one do you want? Milani or J-Cat Beauty? And Milani was the clear winner in this case, and I fear it's because the J-Cat Beauty is just so vivid, and you guys were probably kind of scared of it, which I thought maybe would be a good thing, because then I thought maybe you guys really wanted to see me use it. But that's okay. I love this, gonna use it another day. So I like giving you guys the voice, I suppose, to sort of decide what you want to see featured. It's just a good way to sort of see, just to see what, put a video out there of products I already have. It gives you something to kind of, relate to or work from. And yeah, and I'm not shoving like a haul or unboxing at you, which I'm trying to do less of as we get to holiday time is here. It's like crunch time, you guys. Are you ready? I don't know if I'm ready. I'm ready. Well, if we didn't have to eat and nobody expected any Christmas cookies or receiving Christmas cards, we'd be fine. All right, let's get to this. We'll start with the bottom up. I'm gonna just kind of do that. Try not to play with my hair. If you want to see how I got these waves, I do have a tutorial on the Hot Tools Deep Waver. It is in my tutorial playlist. I also have the Hot Tools Blow Dry Brush video that was up this week, and that is also in my tutorial playlist. I love having a playlist. It makes me feel like I'm a really cool artist on iTunes or something. Okay. Between primers, you voted for the Physicians Formula Spotlight, and that is, some say, a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. I think it's just a nice luminous kind of primer. It could be a dupe also for the Laura Mercier Radiance Primer. This Pacifica Crystal Primer was a clear loser. No, just kidding. I've used this and I really like this, but let's do this. And I'm going to use brushes and sponges and all kinds of stuff because I like doing that. Yeah. Sometimes I like putting lately I've been using a lot of brushes for liquids. And I think it's because it actually gives more coverage. The one drawback with this Spotlight primer slash luminizer is I think it has a bit of fragrance. Maybe not. With age-defying actives. I think it's got ingredients that are pretty friendly. It doesn't have the blurring effect that the Charlotte Tilbury has, but it does give a nice sheen to the face. You can use it under makeup, over makeup, mixed. All right, so it was so close, you guys. Between foundation choices, we had the Laura Mercier Flawless Lumiere Radiance Perfecting Foundation or the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy Finish, and this one by maybe 3 votes. It was pretty much 50-50. Yeah, so I love this, but I got turned on to this through Stephanie Marie, and I think it's a great, I wish it didn't have a scent. I don't remember Maybelline. Have Maybelline foundations always had a scent? Anyway, okay. So I am going to use a stipple brush. I saw Scott Barnes do this. Yeah, it's got such a, okay, so I have shade 125, right? Let me just, yes, Nude Beige 125. Great product, $5.99 at Target. Just wish it didn't have fragrance. I think I tried the matte version, but with, you know, it being winter, almost, winter solstice is approaching. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a dampened beauty blender, beauty sponge, and I think this is Real Techniques actually, and I'm just gonna go over and kind of blot. I've been doing that more lately. Like I want I want foundation, of course I want plenty of coverage, but I feel like just kind of removing a little bit of residue helps give a more natural look. It kind of, I don't know, just kind of wears better. Okay, and in a landslide vote between the Glossier concealer, which is stretch concealer, which is kind of great actually, but it's solid. You picked the Revlon Candid. So this is shade 020 Revlon. This is actually the concealer matches me more like logically than the foundation. I had to really go quite a bit higher in the foundation shade than the. So bronzer, you guys voted down the Marc Jacobs Omega bronzer, probably because it's frickin' expensive, to the Hoola Light bronzer by Benefit, which is actually so, it's a really pretty shade, and it is quite light. Oh, you guys. Well, there's a first for you. I forgot powder. Hang on. Let's just slap this on. We started. We can powder over that and then do bronzer again. You guys voted not for Too Faced powder. You want to see the Physicians Formula Mineral Wear powder. This powder, it has an SPF 15. It comes also pressed. I feel like this powder has, you could use it kind of like a Bare Minerals powder of like, you know, foundation if you wanted. It isn't translucent. Translucent. I got shade Creamy Natural. I find it to be a little bit flat. Like it doesn't have a lot of sheen, but look at that coverage for powder. That's pretty good. So I'm just gonna fluff this on. Now back to bronzer. That was kind of funny. I'm gonna go in with, when my hair is curly, I feel like I wear more bronzer. Do any of you have like these sort of ways of, you know, when like you have on a certain lip color or a certain shirt, you do other things kind of differently? I feel, yeah. I remember in high school, I used my crimper or whatever spiral waver I was using. See how this blush is so soft and subtle? I'm like going in with it, and which is great, but I'm like, woohoo, yeah. So my mom, I would curl my hair, and you know, I wanted it like a spiral, like big curls. And I had long hair in high school. And then sometimes I would wear like a red lip, and she would stop me before I went out the door, and she's like, you cannot have both, young lady. You cannot have so much attention drawn to yourself, red lip and curly hair and this and that. And I'm just like, what, Mom? What? You know, because like the old-fashioned way of thinking, and she's like totally different now. It's funny, in her older age, she's kind of like, yeah, whatever, wear what you want, wear a bikini if you want. Probably because I'm older too, and you know, she's less protective of a 16-year-old or of me now than I was as a 16-year-old. But it was just funny because I felt like, oh gosh, yeah, I don't want to draw too much attention to myself. And now I'm like, I'll wear what I want. So whether it's, you know, red lip and curly hair, I don't know, but I do feel like I bronze my cheeks more. Okay, let's put on that little bit of blush, you guys, the Milani Rose Blush. So pretty. Tea Rose. Tea Rose. Can we just agree that Milani blush pretty much any formula is about one of the best drugstore blushes. You answered. Yeah, you did. You answered. I asked, you answered. Instead of this Wet n Wild 32 pan eyeshadow palette, which is great. I found this at Walgreens. It's $15. You can get it on the Wet n Wild website. Ooh, and check, I think they're doing specials on their palettes right now. Not sure based on when this video goes up what the website's still doing, but you know, it's all that before holiday stuff. So you guys didn't want to see that one. You wanted to see the Fenty Moroccan palette. I did get this. Did I get this Black Friday? I got this from Sephora. I don't know. I think it's sold out on the Sephora website. I don't know if it's still on the Fenty website or if it is at all, but it's beautiful, right? So do I do my usual? I'm going in with gray. I like the way this palette feels in my hand. I do wish, you guys, I'm getting like so away from, I just wish companies would stop putting things in plastic. I know sometimes there is no choice, but I feel like we could find a way to use cardboard and other things. Come on, Rihanna, you like turtles? Turtles and dolphins and seals. Okay. So that is the gray. Ooh. I have not used Fenty shadows before. I'm like putting them on and not even thinking about talking about how they are working. Let's see how this kind of going opposite. This is kind of purple, kind of brown. Kind of just gonna go in here. That's cute. Ooh. Started digging what's happening. And this shade right here is kind of brown. So I'm doing, kind of just pulling this shade down here. I'm gonna see what this color, it's so sparkly and pretty. Don't know. Wow, okay. It's gold. It's glittery gold. Ooh. I did not use any primer, shadow primer. So I'm trusting that these shadows will not crease. I'm gonna use a small brush and go in this other frosty shade. You see that frostiness. Okay. Oops. That was not fallout. That was more just like, geez, Rebecca. I think this is great, but I actually think like the Toddy shadows had more pigment. I also think that the Palladio palette, the big one that they sent me, has also more pigment and more colors to play with. This is very nice, but I don't know if, like, you know, it's worth, I mean, it's sold out, but like, is it even worth hoping for the next one? So there is some sparkle fallout on my face. Not awful, but you know, in case you wanted to know. Ask you guys about eyebrows and lashes. So I'm going to do those off camera and then we'll talk a bit of mascara smudge. I'm gonna put a little more blush on. So I did line my lips. I did a little contour right here with just a little contour. This is the CYO contour, might be discontinued, I don't know. Anyhow, you guys, oh God, it was like neck and neck. It was 1 or 2 votes separating Charlotte Tilbury to Sephora. So here is and actually Sephora won in the end. So the Lip Stories from Sephora shade We, as in O-U-I. I love this nude. And then this is the Charlotte Tilbury Hot Lips, not Magic Lips, Hot Lips 2 in JK Magic. It's such a gorgeous shade. So similar. Look at that. Look at that. You want me to do half and half? You guys can see. Ha! $8, $40 something $36, yeah. Here. The eyeshadows are very pretty. I did like soft, you know, nothing too crazy. There's a little bit of shimmer and glimmer and it's nice. But I don't know if it's like, oh wow, amazing. You know, so yeah. And I mean, this is makeup I've used before, so I know. The only thing that was new to me were the Fenty shadows, right? Let me just double, yeah. The only thing new to me were the Fenty shadows. So everything else is definitely in my rotation. This Maybelline Dewy finish is so good. Yeah, so you guys, I will list all the products below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what else you want me to ask on Instagram for you guys to pick for me to do on my channel. And definitely follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. I have a link below for that in the description box. And subscribe if you haven't. Make my Christmas wish come true. Thanks so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.